This is the question asked in today's SkillTrack daily challenge. So in the first line of our input, we are given the value of integer n, and after that we are given n integers as input, and after n integers we are given the value of t. So first let me copy down the given n integers. So these are the n integers, and first I am copying those n integers as such. So now we have to modify this n integers for 4 times, because the value of t is equal to 4. So first our task is to find the middle 3 integers. So they would be present at the index n by 2 minus 1, and then n by 2, and then n by 2 plus 1. So the integers present at these 3 index would be the middle 3 integers out of those n integers. So here the integers present at these index are 49, 40 and 80. So if 80 is the largest, then we have to move the integer to the last. The same, if the 49 is the largest, then we have to move 49 to the beginning. And the same, if the integer 40 is the largest, we can move it to either beginning or to the end. So we can move it to beginning if the first integer is greater than the last integer. So if 88 is greater than 99, we can move it to the beginning. But if the last integer is greatest, then we have to move the integer 40 to the end. So this is how we should be modifying our array for every iteration. So let us start with our first iteration. So the first middle 3 integers are 49, 40 and 80, and the integer 80 is the largest. So in this case we can move 80 to the last. So after moving the integer 80 to last, this is how our modified array would be looking like. And now the middle 3 integers would be 49, 40 and 9. So this is the how our array would be looking after the first iteration. So again we have to perform. So the maximum integer out of these 3 integers 49, 40 and 9 are 49. So 49 is the largest. So if 49 is the largest, then as we discussed, it should be brought to the beginning. So after bringing 49 to the beginning, this is how our modified array would be looking. And the middle 3 integers would be 3, 40 and 9. So now we should go to our third iteration. So the maximum integer out of 3, 40 and 9 is 40. So here we can move 40 to either to the beginning or to the end. So first we have to check whether which is largest, the first integer or the last integer. So the first integer is 49 and the last integer is 80. So the largest is 80 and 80 is present at the end. So we have to move this integer 40 to the end, because 80 is greater than 49. So after moving the integer 40 to the last, this is how our modified array would be looking like. So now after moving the integer 40 to the last, this is our modified array. And now these 3 integers would be the middle 3 integers. So 3, 9, 99. And now this is our last iteration. So fourth iteration. So the maximum integer out of 3, 9 and 99 is 99. So if 99 is the largest, then we can move the integer 99 to the last. So after moving 99 to the last, this is how our modified array would be looking. So now we have modified our array for 4 times. So the value of t is also equal to 4. So after modifying our array for 4 times, this is how our array is looking like. So this array should be our output. So in our expected output also we can see that our integer array is same. So this is how we will be updating our array in every iteration. So if the value of t is equal to 5, then again we have to find the maximum out of those middle 3 integers and perform the operations. Now let us see how to write a C program for this. So first I am creating 2 functions named move to beginning and move to end. So first let us see how the function move to beginning works. So in the arguments, first I am accepting an integer array and then an integer index and then the integer n, which represents the number of integer in the array ARR. So in this function we are going to move to beginning, that is we are going to move the integer present at index to beginning. So to do that, first I am storing the integer that is present at index. So I am creating a new integer variable named val, and I am assigning val is equal to arr of index. So now we have stored the integer present at index in the variable val, and now our task is to right shift the integer present from 0 till index. So I am creating a loop that iterates from index and iterates till 1. So I greater than 0, and this is a decrementing loop, so I minus minus. So in every iteration of this loop we will be setting arr of I is equal to arr of I minus 1. So what happens is all the integers from index 0 till index would be right shifted by one position. So when these integers are right shifted, one integer, that is the integer present at 0th index, would become empty, because when we right shift, then the 0th index would become empty. So we will be storing arr of 0 is equal to val, because our task is to move the integer that is present at index to beginning. So the integer is present at the integer variable val, and now when we perform right shift operation, the first integer would become empty. So we set first integer is equal to val. So we would have completed our task. So the integer would be moved to first. So this is how we will be moving an integer to the beginning in this function move to beginning. So similarly the function move to end also works. So in the function move to end, again we accept the integer array and then the integer index and then the integer n in the arguments. So here what we are going to do is we are going to move the integer to the last. So again first we are going to store the integer in a new variable. So val is equal to arr of index. So now if we want to move an integer to the last, we have to left shift the integers from index till n minus 1. Only then the last space would become empty. So again I am creating a loop, and this loop iterates from index and iterates till n minus 1, and this is a incrementing loop, so I plus plus. So in every iteration we are left shifting. So arr of I is equal to arr of I plus 1. So after the execution of this loop, all the integers present after index would be left shifted. So after left shifting, the last integer would become empty. So we set arr of n minus 1 is equal to val. So that was our task. We have to move the integer to the last. So after left shifting, the last integer would have become empty. So we are setting last integer is equal to val. So this is how we will be performing the move to beginning and move to end. So now let us start with our main function. So in our main function, first I am creating two integer variables n and t, and in the next line I am accepting the value of integer n, and after that I am creating a new integer array named arr of size n. So now we have to accept n integers. So I am creating a loop that iterates for n times, and in every iteration I accept an integer and store it into the array arr, and after accepting the n integers we are given the value of t. So using a scanf statement, I am accepting the value of the integer t. So now we have to implement our logic. So in our logic, first our task is to find the middle three integers. So the middle integer would be n minus 2. So I am setting int mid is equal to n minus 2. And we also have to consider the previous and next integer. So in our loop, we will be using mid minus 1 and mid plus 1. And now I have created a while loop that iterates for t times. So in every iteration of the while loop, we will be decrementing the value of t by 1. So t minus minus, and in the condition we have included t not equal to 0. So this while loop will be iterating for t times. And in every iteration of this while loop, we should be updating our array. So before updating, first we have to find the maximum out of the three integers. So if the first integer out of the three integer is maximum, we have to move the first integer to the beginning. And the same, if the last integer out of the three integer is maximum, we have to move the last integer to the end of array. If the middle integer is the largest, then we have to move it to either beginning or end. So first I am checking whether the first integer out of the three integer is largest or not. So first I am checking whether arr of mid minus 1 is greater than arr of mid and arr of mid plus 1. So if both of the conditions are satisfied, then it means that arr of mid minus 1 is the greatest integer out of the three integers. So in those cases, we have to move arr of mid minus 1 to the beginning. So whenever both of these conditions are satisfied, then In those cases, we will be calling the function move to beginning. So I am calling the function move to beginning, and in the arguments I am passing the name of the array and then the index, so mid minus 1 and n. So what happens is the integer present at the index mid minus 1 will be moved to the beginning, and in the else if condition we are going to write the condition for moving to end. So we have to move to end when the last integer out of 3 integer is the maximum. So ARR of mid plus 1 must be greater than mid minus 1 and mid. Only then the last integer out of the 3 integers is the maximum. So whenever this condition is satisfied, we call the function move to end, and in the arguments again we pass the name of array and then index. So here the index is mid plus 1, so that integer should only be moved to the last, so mid plus 1. So this is how we will be moving to the beginning and ending if the first and last integer out of the 3 integer is the largest. If the middlemost integer is the largest, then we come to this else part. So this else part, we have to check whether the first integer is largest or the last integer in the array. So in the else part, we will be checking whether the first integer of the array or the last integer of the array is largest. So if the first integer of the array is largest, we have to move to beginning, else we have to move to end. So in the else part, first we are checking whether ARR of 0 is greater than ARR of n minus 1, and if this condition is satisfied, then we move to beginning, and if this condition is not satisfied, then the last integer array is the largest. So in those cases we have to move to end, so I call the function move to end. So this is how we will be updating our array in every iteration of this while loop. So after the execution of this while loop, our array would have been modified, so we can just directly print our output using a for loop. So now let us check our program with some sample test cases. So for sample input 1, this is our expected output, and we also get the same integers as our output. So now let us check our program with the sample input 2. So for sample input 2, this is our expected output. So again we get the correct integers as our output. So this is the logic behind today's daily challenge. Thank you for watching.